A new Washington Post ABC News poll has come out that has basically sent the Democratic Party into panic mode because this new ABC News poll shows that President Biden is absolutely tanking just about across the board. Whether it's in head-to-head matchups with Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis, this particular poll shows Biden losing by 6 points and 5 points respectively to Trump and DeSantis. That's quite a reversal from what the polls were just a week ago. So that's a little shocking. On the handling of the economy, majority of voters say they prefer Trump over Joe Biden. Biden's favorability rating has dropped down to 36%, a new low for President Biden. And not to mention, the poll also found that a majority of Democrats, including a majority of Democrat-leaning independents, want anyone else other than Joe Biden to be the Democratic Party's nominee for 2024. So should the Democrats be panicking right now? Should this poll be sending them into a tizzy, wondering what the hell they're going to do in 2024? No. But also, yes. Let me explain what I mean. The reason I say no, this poll shouldn't send Democrats into a frenzy right now is because as of right now, this poll is the outlier. Like I just said, a week ago, all these poll numbers were reversed, especially the head-to-head matchups, Biden versus Trump and Biden versus DeSantis. Last week, he was beating DeSantis by 9 points. He was beating Trump by 7. So a sudden flip like that, that doesn't seem quite right. Not to mention the fact that, as I said, this is currently an outlier poll, which means we do not have any other polls to back up this data or to even show a trend in data. So that's very important to keep in mind. We also have to keep in mind the fact that this poll has a margin of error of plus or minus 3.5%. As I've repeatedly told you, pollsters are taught anything with a margin of error greater than 3% is considered unreliable. This one has a 3.5%. Therefore, take it with a grain of salt. So what can we extrapolate then from this poll? The answer really is that Biden does have problems. And you would be a fool to think that you can dismiss all of this. So that's why I say no, we shouldn't put too much stock in this poll, but also we kind of have to. Because we have to acknowledge that Biden is not a perfect candidate. Biden is up against an American public that, to be perfectly honest with you, as a whole, is pretty stupid. For a majority of people out there in the public to say that Donald Trump handled the economy better than President Biden, that's just plain stupid. And it's because, as I've told you for years now, the American public has an attention span of about 30 seconds. They have already forgotten most of the horrible things that Donald Trump did to the economy that was pushing our nation into a recession before COVID even happened. Before COVID even happened. Go back and look at Ring of Fire videos from the beginning of the year 2020 talking about the fact that economists say a recession might be 6 months away. That was before COVID happened because of Trump's policies. Now, COVID, of course, exacerbated that. Then we also have the fact that, hey, but Farron, President Biden's done a damn good job. Look at all these jobs we've brought back. Yeah, most of the jobs we've brought back were just that. They were jobs that were lost due to COVID. So the first 2 years of Biden's administration where we made all those jobs, a lot of that was just rehiring people to the jobs they had previously or similar. So we're not exactly talking about good white-collar, high-wage jobs. Most of them were in the service and farming industries, folks. But if people out there think Biden is not doing a good job on the economy, it's because their financial situation has not improved. And that's understandable. It's not understandable that they would immediately go back to Trump, but if you're looking at your paycheck and you realize that your paycheck, 1, has not increased, and 2, now also buys you less than it did 2 years ago, you're going to think the economy is pretty bad. And as a whole, it is. Millions of Americans are going through that. Their lot in life has not improved. The top 1% are doing better than ever. The 99, not so much. And that's the part that the Democrats have to work on. Also, with the majority of Democrats saying we don't want Biden, we want someone else, then the Democratic Party needs to understand you're going to have to wake up and actually allow a primary to happen. You may not like that, folks. You may say, I'm Biden, ride or die, right? Doesn't matter. Have the debates. At least give the people an option. If Biden emerges as the best option, then you got nothing to worry about. If he's not, then that's the people telling you he's not. The party itself doesn't get to make that decision. I have said out of the people running for president on the Democratic side right now, I support President Biden. If that changes in the future, I'll let you know. But I still think we should have debates. Even if I'm supporting Biden, I still think we should have those debates. Because the public deserves to hear from other people. That's kind of their right to have that. So, that's what the party needs to do. This poll at the moment is an outlier. If we get more polls showing these same trends, then it is full-on panic mode for the Democratic Party. But for right now, take the lessons from this, work them into your party platform, because if you don't, this poll will not be an outlier for much longer. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.